What am I supposed to be doing here? Oh, gotta love when I'm f***ing fucked by the pulling attack not working. Oh, hello. I'm sure you're wondering just whose peanuts I had to suckle to get this video into your recommended feed. It all started when I picked up Sonic Frontiers on release day. Like many of you, I was bewildered at the idea of actually having fun playing a new 3D Sonic game. It seemed like this time around, Sega learned you can't just steal cool ideas from more successful games. You gotta actually make it fun when you do it. There's a freaking dope-ass skill tree, open world exploration, an RPG leveling system, and a hard difficulty setting that promised to actually give a challenge to a masochistic degenerate like me. It was like some deeply disturbed child had awoken within me. But one of life's most painful lessons is that nothing steals the joy of a child quicker than Barney the dinosaur. Now I know what you're thinking. The fishing in Sonic Frontiers is actually good. Who doesn't love getting a rush of dopamine while looking into cold, emotionless, photorealistic eyes that belong to a creature whose suffering will only end by the sweet embrace of try again? To which I would say, you're right, fellow sick motherfucker. It's not the fishing minigame that ruins Frontiers. It's the rewards of fishing. See, Duke Nukem over here has been hoarding the very resources Sonic needs to save the godforsaken planet from complete oblivion. Why does he have Lost Coco? What could this purple guy gain from kidnapping the souls of innocent creatures? But enough game theory. You spend a few minutes fishing followed by more time talking to this dingus than Sega spent testing this game, and suddenly all the depth you thought the game had freezes over, leading to just brute forcing every combat encounter. The game becomes an empty power fantasy, a fantasy that will never be quenched. When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences? You freeze! So today we'll be answering the question, can you beat Sonic Frontiers without leveling up? The rules. Number 1, we can't level up Sonic's attack, defense, speed, or max ring stats. Number 2, we can't purchase any skills in the skill tree, but we can use the ones unlocked through the story like the Psyloop. Get used to this icon being in the bottom corner of the screen. But boss, without all the skills, all you have is the punch. Wasn't one of the points of the challenge to bring depth back to the combat? Number 3, we must play on hard mode, defeat the final boss, and reach the credits to complete the challenge. As you might expect, our experience on Chronos has little different from a casual playthrough. It's worth noting that we do lose every single one of our rings for most attacks, but I like to call that playing a goddamn Sonic game. So we clap some sweet Guardian cheeks, play some intellectually stimulating minigames, help Amy reunite the Coco in what may be the most suggestive scene in a Sonic game.
I got a sense of completion, comfort,
and literally go monkey on the keyboard until this puzzle completes itself. We then prepare to face off with the first boss in the game, Giganto. It's here that I started to really regret not allowing combat moves. Oh wow, I am doing like no damage. We quickly figure out that with a parry, we open up an opportunity for a grand slam attack, which deals a sizable chunk of damage. We also learn that even without the quick Psyloop ability, if we're careful, we can manually draw a Psyloop around Giganto and launch his ass like a Tom and Jerry cartoon and deal significantly more damage while he's skyward. A little more spanking and we enter phase 2, where we can't really Psyloop anymore due to the wildly unnecessary number of lasers spewing from his back. But a few well-timed parries later, and we're able to deal enough damage to punk Giganto with almost half our rings to spare. One scrumptious mouthful of sand later, and we find ourselves a few clicks outside of Mos Eisley, where the most wretched hive of scum and villainy show us the joys that we're in for. Without higher attack power and better combat moves, Strider takes 3 entire phases to take down. And without being able to Psyloop on the rails, it's very easy to find ourselves spit roasted by fireballs. Oh, change direction with me. Fuck! Another several minutes of fun and engaging gameplay later, and the regret of not allowing myself to fish for portal gears starts to set in. Hooray! We free Idris Elba and unlock Cyclone Kick, our new go-to combo finisher. Now we can hold the punch button every once in a while instead of just mashing it. We then play Sonic in the secret rings, then some more Sonic Generations, then some more Sonic for Leapfrog, until the entire run is killed? No. Y'all didn't see the following image, did you? Hey, we're good. Wyvern, I was the least worried about because the fight actually provides you with rings as it goes, which makes it feel like a 3D version of Doomsday Zone, but also means that we'd have no trouble even if we were doing an incredibly small amount of damage, which is exactly what we're doing until we employ our new Cyclone Kick, which alongside a few parries and Grand Slams makes quick work of the fight. This is the part in the video where I go, so far, piss easy. Couldn't get much easier. And now we cut to just the fucking pain and misery that's to come. And welcome to everyone's favorite 2D Sonic stage. We duel a Shinobi for its portal gear, focusing on parries and the Wendy's trademark Grand Slams for the biggest damage, and head off to find a cyberspace portal. We're in the 3rd island now, but we're still beating butt cheeks at about the rate we were on Chronos. One McDonaldization of Green Forest later, and we begin wondering just how many fast food references we can fit in a Sonic the Hedgehog video, when I am reminded that I would rather have a job at a real-life active volcano, also known as being the janitor for the Taco Bell bathrooms, than have to navigate Chaos Island's incomprehensible layout. I forget to Psyloop up to max rings before grabbing the Chaos Emerald, so we are utterly unprepared as Night shows up to ruin our birthday party. Which is honestly refreshing, because as Sonic fans, our birthday parties are usually ruined because nobody shows up to them. With our speed still being level 1, we actually just straight up aren't able to keep up with the squid trail before it's swept out from underneath us. Thankfully, we always have developer oversight to fall back on.
Quality assurance!
And we keep our ring count when we fall into the void. So over the course of 2 different lives, we can Psyloop ourselves enough rings during this beginning part of the chase where the saw blade is in Plankton's idea of maximum overdrive.
I knew I should have gotten the turbo.
With ring boost, we can then run our tiny hedgehog feet off until our new squid friend gets absolutely wasted. And we have no choice but to continue playing Game & Watch games for Chaos Emeralds and learning how to manifest. Where the fuck are the Guardians? I'm sure one will pop in. Oh, hey. That's going in the video. And then there's pinball. Pinball.
Really
Pinball.
feel like
Whoa, that was way past fucked up, dudes. What a nightmare.
Pinball. After 12 lifetimes of pinball purgatory, it's finally time for us to take on Night. What I thought was going to be a simple climb up to the Chaos Emerald turned out to be just a mildly humbling experience. Yeah, turns out flies can't parry fly swatters. Okay, here we go. Oh, get fucked. That does 6,000 damage?
What's the matter? Got nothing left?
Also, I am very quickly running out of time. Get fucked. Yes. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm feeling the pressure now. Let's go, boy. And with a sigh of relief and our 3rd Titan defeated, it was time to move on to Rhea Island.
Where's the fun in that?
Okay, hit play now. No! No. Keep going. Okay, right here. And with a sigh of relief and Diarrhea Island completed, it was time to move on to the final island of Urat. Uran, I fucking ting ting walla walla bing bang. Fuck it, just run it back. It was time to move on to the final island of Uranus, where I'm proud to say we collected all the memory tokens. How many did that say? Fucking 30? Beat the toughest guardians and made absolutely no compromises to our morals whatsoever. Yeah, where's the fishing portal?
Later.
Like Sage memory tokens, are you fucking kidding me? All that's left is Supreme, whose name sounds like a Taco Bell order and gives me just as much gas. Our initial strategy was the tried and true gamer move of mash buttons and pray. And while we were able to get a decent amount of cheek clapping in, we'd immediately get swatted away. And our ring count started dwindling faster than a Genshin Impact player's bank account. Well, now we're gonna see what it looks like to lose. Little anticlimactic. Tragically, we spawn with only a quarter of our max rings. Why do I only have 80 rings? We reload our save to make sure we have enough time to lay a motherfucker out and prepare to go ham.
It's not over yet! Let's take out the cannons first!
With the final foe conquered, all that remained was a not out of nowhere at all bullet hell segment and some sick, nasty quick time events.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
And we proved once and for all that you can beat Sonic Frontiers at level 1. If you're interested in watching more Sonic games do psychic damage to a grown-ass man, I made a video called Can You Beat Sonic Generations Without Boosting or Spin Dashing? You can find it here. Also, shout-outs to my patrons. You can join them on this list and get access to behind-the-scenes content by clicking the link here.